Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the garage for a very special presentation of the Panzer IV Anko Special, a Girls with Panzer themed Tier 5 medium tank. Girls in Panzer initially aired in Japan between October and December of 2012, with 2 additional episodes airing in March of 2013 and an original video animation released in July of 2014. And today it still remains very popular. So popular, in fact, that a new movie is launching November 21st. As a weapon of war, the Panzer IV has similar staying power, with nearly 9,000 units being produced right up to until the last days of World War II, becoming a workhorse of the German army and as a well-recognized symbol of World War II armor. Indeed, late-model Panzer IVs remained in service in places like Bulgaria until 1989, and were involved in the fight for the Golan Heights in 1965 as well as the Six Days War of 1967. Today, you can find numerous examples in museums, and several of those are still in running condition, believe it or not. And today, the Panzer IV Anko Special continues combat in the virtual arena, slotting in at Tier 5 in the Japanese lineup, and will be awarded to those players that complete a special battle mission. More on that later in the video, but before you make the effort to complete this mission, check out some of the details on this tank. Starting with the armor profile, we can see that the Anko Special has frontal turret armor at 50mm and the hull offers 80mm of protection. Sloping of the armor is practically non-existent, so the numbers do tell the tale here. Turret side armor drops to 30mm, as does the hull, and the turret rear offers the same 30mm, while the rear of the hull is rather scantily clad with only 20mm. These figures are consistent with the regular Panzer IV in the tech tree. And how about those thin armor skirts on both the turret and the hull? You will be pleased to know that they do act as spaced armor, are 5mm thick, and are effective at reducing the amount of damage HE shells would do to your tank. Moving on to the boomstick, we find the venerable 7.5 cm KW K40L48 mounted here. This gun provides a rate of fire of 7.46 rounds per minute and is able to penetrate 110mm of armor on average, using regular AP rounds. APCR bumps this number up to 158mm, while both ammunition types dish out 160 hit points of damage on average, which is pretty much the middle ground for Tier 5. Accuracy is not great at 0.39, but the aim time is quite alright at 2.3 seconds. The gun is also consistent with the regular Panzer IV's L48 we already know and love. Exact gun depression figures remain elusive, but it appears very similar to the Panzer IV-H from World of Tanks PC, which clicks in at -10 degrees, which is pretty good. And while the Anko Special has similar general specs to a normal Panzer IV, they do vary in 2 important ways. Hit points at 710 is perfectly normal, as is the weight and engine power, providing a 17.39 horsepower per ton ratio, which is adequate, as is the top speed of 48 km per hour. And again, these are all consistent with a normal Panzer IV. The key differences are to be found in both the hull traverse speed at 35 degrees compared to the normal 32 degrees, and 48 degrees of turret traverse is also improved over the normal Panzer IV's 44 degrees. Even though the Anko Special appears to have most of the same specs as a regular Panzer IV, the hull and turret traverse buffs give it a more lively feeling than the other, and there may be other buffs hidden in the soft stats like ground resistance, etc., which we may never know, but nevertheless contribute to the lively feel. The custom voicing in Japanese, the beautiful high-quality gut-themed textures, which are truly gorgeous in my opinion, the functional spaced armor, and premium tank credit and XP earning ratio of 1.5 times the normal all contribute to the desirability of this tank. Yes, right. All well and good there, Hughbert, but how do we get our hands on this gem? Well, glad you asked. There will be a special mission that you have to complete between November 21st and December 13th. Players on the Asia server who have completed the in-game tutorial and win 50 battles in this time period will be awarded this tank. How easy is that? 50 wins in 22 days. Mere child's play, don't you think? Thank you very much, Wargaming Asia. If that weren't enough, Wargaming Asia will be running special online forum events using this tank. I know I'll be racking up my 50 wins as soon as possible, so I recommend you make the effort as well. Well, folks, that's all the time I have for now. If you like this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up underneath, and if you really like this video, why not subscribe? You'll get a notice every time we put one up, and that way you won't miss out on the new content. Thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.